Hi, everybody. This is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Do you have your cuppa? I've got the rest of mine. This is French Kick from Bulletproof. Some stuff that we like. So, we're here with E's, the letter E. This is brought to you by E today. And I was amazed at how many E words would apply to somebody doing a food plan with the goals of getting healthy, losing weight, giving up some of those meds, getting better sleep, having better stomach, no issues, not being constipated, everything. And of course, it begins with E, energy, right? So, one of the most important things, as most of you know, with my success in doing the weight loss, the keto, all of the programs that I've done is I've always put in 100% effort. And I do that every day. And I think that everyday effort is something that's required. Very, very simple. I mean, if you ask somebody, if you saw a trim person that like, wow, I wish I looked like him or her, and you ask them, what do you think they're going to say? Of course, some people are just those lucky genetic people that don't have to do a thing. But for most of us, there is an everyday effort to what we do to be where we're at and maintain it. And as most people will tell you, maintenance with a carb creep is one of the hardest things to avoid. It just happens that way. It's very difficult. Even those people that are lifetime members of Weight Watchers, they probably have moments when it's like, wow, it sure can creep in here. And for me, I just believe that the summer is one of those times of the year that carb creep is just happens. I mean, who couldn't eat half a watermelon on a hot day, right? Oh, that was a seed. So every day is very, very important to me. And I do use the chronometer. I'm just partially geeky that way, where I like to see what I'm having. I definitely am having more carbs now, but it seems to be working for my body. The more carbs come in the form of vegetables, like today I'm having, probably a third of an acorn squash. When it comes out of the toaster oven, I cook it in the low and slow in the toaster oven. And I just, to kind of do the top. So it looks like this much for Greg. And then my portion is the top. And with some cubed, smoked, grilled pork and center cut pork in it. And then some yellow organic striped squash that I'm putting in it. And I shake cinnamon on the acorn squash. I've already cooked that. And then I'll add the pork and the yellow squash with the cinnamon in it. Tablespoon of butter. Heat that up. Have it with a side of veggies. I'm also having it with a little non-fat Siggy's plain yogurt and 1 tablespoon of Teddy's peanut butter just to round out everything, because that ends up being a low-calorie thing, but it ends up with like 30 carbs, and that's fine for me. I've noticed that under 10 is a perfect day, under 10 total carbs, never net, but I can have more carbs, and it seems to work as long as my calorie count is low. So there's just that wave of how I'm doing it all. Now, everyone might not be suited for how I do my food plan. So everyone probably has a little bit different way of doing it. And so I just share with you my way of doing it, just in case you weren't happy with yours and you wanted to tweak it a little, and I brought up something that you hadn't thought of, and gosh, gee, maybe that would work for me. So that's why I do it. I don't do this so everybody falls in step. Yes, yes, yes. No, I do it so you just get a little window of how I do it, what I do, and why, and the feelings and the weight part that come along with it. And I'm due for another weigh-in now because today is August 31st. And so I weigh myself around the first of the month, and just to see how I'm doing, just a barometer of things. So I've been on the losing part the last few months, which I want since I've gone back to keto. So I'm delighted with that. Totally satiated, totally happy. Love the spread of the different veggies. I love having like that little plate with all the different ones on it. Today will be yellow wax beans from a friend's garden, green zucchini, asparagus, of course, and 30 grams of butternut organic squash with some cinnamon, and then the acorn, and then the little yogurt thing. To me, it's a meal that I love. Exceptions. A lot of us have exceptions. And so, although the keto might work for a lot of us, it might not work for you doing it the way that I do it. There's always exceptions, and some people can't tolerate all the veggies. Some people have a fear of oxalates, like I used to. Now I'm having small amounts, and so I'm not fearing the oxalates as much as I did before when I was just a kind of strict and disciplined all meat eater or all meat product eater. I was scared and grateful that I got away from the oxalates. But to me right now, I'm not having spinach. I'm not having almond milk. I'm not having dishes of almonds. And so those are two of the more dangerous ones. I know that there are a lot of oxalates in berries too, and I'm not really having the berries right now. So I feel okay. I get a small dose of oxalates. So does Elliot Overton, who is the oxalate king, with Sally Norton being the oxalate queen. So I'm just not sweating the small stuff, if you know what I mean. Emergency. Well, I used emergency as an E word because sometimes we find ourselves in a place where, we don't have a plan. And sometimes it's a self-sabotage moment, like going to a wedding and just saying, just standing there, and every appetizer that comes by, you take the bread stuffed mushrooms and other things that aren't keto, and they're just kind of standard American diets. And you just items, and you just kind of stand there and take that little toothpick and just kind of, go a little crazy. So, but then some of us could be traveling, or we left our lunch at home, or, we've got this incredible sense of hunger that came from nowhere. And so it's not a 911 emergency, but it is an emergency with our food plan, and we need to satiate, get something in us, hydrate. Now, sometimes for me, hunger can fool me. It's really a hydration issue. And so my Celtic salt crystals, with me sticking my tongue in them, followed by some Gerolsteiner water, takes care of what my body, what my Ms. Slick addict is telling me is hunger. It's really a need to have some electrolyte salts and some water, and to keep going in the day, especially in the hazy, hot, humid days of August, right? So, we like to prepare and not get caught in an emergency, but sometimes it happens. If you have to have something and you're in a gas station type place, sometimes they have hard-boiled eggs. Sometimes if you have to have like a little container of yogurt, I would definitely aim for a mineral water versus just a soda water. Aim for something salty. Maybe it's a meat stick. I know that they have those sort of things there. Or even just getting, some sort of burger from a franchise. But just taking care of yourself in a keto way, heading towards more protein than less, with a mineral water type of thing. And that should help you in any emergency. But you do really want to be a planner, a prepper. It's a skill. It's a great habit to take on instead of, oh gosh, well, I didn't have anything, so I ordered something that came in a bun. No, 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 no. Just be careful. Eggs. Well, I love my eggs, and one of the wonderful women here, she treated me to a food sensitivity test, and what came up is that I am sensitive to egg whites, which is interesting. And so I don't have as many eggs as I might have used to have had, but I'm definitely aware of the white part. And if I was having like an omelet or something like that, I would definitely have an egg, maybe with more yolks than the whites. But as it is, I don't seem to get any poor reaction, insensitive reaction when I'll have something like 2 fried eggs or a 2-egg omelet or a hard-boiled egg. But eggs are definitely a great staple, and sometimes getting in enough protein is an issue. And so in an emergency, if you have hard-boiled eggs on hand or go to a store where they sell them, I've seen them. I've seen Vital Eggs have like a little baggie of hard-boiled eggs in a regular retail grocery store. They seem to be as everywhere as a gas station store is. So it's the sort of thing that you could have in an emergency. But eggs are definitely a staple of most of our keto diets. I buy a good grade of them. I know that I know one woman here, Kim, loves her Vital Eggs, and so do I. I still have been buying the Eggland's Best Organic Eggs. I've been rather pleased with them. Ben and Jerry's, Freudian slip. Pete and Jerry's organic eggs are good too, and maybe you have some local ones. I've seen Carol's Hens, which I think comes out of Connecticut around here, and in Whole Foods they come in a 6-pack. But I think that your money is well spent on a good quality egg, organic if possible. That's just how I roll. Just my 2 cents. Earn, EARN. Sometimes we like to earn, our health back, and it comes from following along with the keto plan, the carnivore plan, the carnivish plan, the ketovore plan. Sometimes we earn our health back by really making that nice switch. I know people with insulin resistance, and it's a lot of work to undo that. It didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to go away overnight. But consistent, everyday effort will earn you some good health and get rid of that. Months, yes, months. So if you wake up after 2.5 weeks of doing an insulin-resistant, really consistent food plan and feel you should be done, don't be stamping your feet. Don't be having your little Karen meltdown. It's going to take longer than that. Sorry. Months in, months out. But trust the process. Trust it. You will earn your health back. And yes, it does take a while, but it's worth it. So I'm already at like 14 minutes here. And so I'm going to stop once again. Lots of ease. Lots of ease. We love it. I'm so glad you're here. We just are sane and sensible. Haven't you gained that wisdom from being on the earth for 5, 6, or 7 decades? Yeah, we're not 20. It's not going to happen overnight. We had a lot of damage. We had a lot of different food plans. Our body doesn't know which way is up. If you find a food program, stick to it. Don't be doing this to your body. Like one day it's this and the next day it's that, and then Nutrisystem had a sale and a coupon. Don't be fooling around with your body anymore. Give your body a chance to trust what you're doing. It didn't happen overnight, and I can't, as obviously I can't stress that enough. So time, patience, effort, it'll come back to you. That's why I keep putting out these videos, so you keep having little reminders that it's like, it's not going to take a week. It's not going to take a month. It could take a year or two because we're older. Our gut has had too many experiences, right? There's another E word. So just take your time, trust the process, enjoy every bite that you're having, and know that you will eventually see some good health, some weight loss, and some, just nice things happen. But trust it. It's going to take a while. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with her cuppa, and I hope you had your cuppa, and let's just do the day. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad you're here. Bye-bye for now.